it's the Chrysler Turbine I came to see, and here it is. What a wild car.
There it is.
This is some machine. Now, you know, whenever I look at these things, I see 63 T-Bird. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, the same man designed them, Mr. Engel.
That would explain it, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Well, these are such wild cars, and the T-Bird likeness, I think, ends right back here.
No, it's different. This bumper arrangement is a one-piece bronze casting, and it weighs 185 pounds.
Oh, man. Yeah. You don't want to dent that baby.
No.
Well, you got the turbines coming out the back here, the thrusters. I mean, they're
not real.
The flames don't shoot out or anything? Oh,
no.
Darn. Gosh, I was hoping for that. But now everyone I've seen has been this color.
They were all painted, all 50 of the cars were painted turbine bronze.
Oh, okay.
Except one, which was used in a movie.
So they only built 50 of these to begin with, eh?
That's right.
And it was an experiment, right?
Experiment, yes, to get into more economical fuels and solve some of the problems.
Huh. Now they ended up destroying most of them, didn't they?
They destroyed all but 9 of the cars.
Wow. And where are they?
Chrysler still has 3, which one runs. And there are 5 in museums, and one of those runs. And this one here, this was originally given to Bill Harrah.
Oh, I see. It's out of the Harrah collection.
It got knocked around.
And finally ended up here.
Yeah.
Wow, good home. But you know, as I look at the interior, I see that, again, the turbine theme through the whole car. Look at that console.
Yeah, it's really neat. I just love every part of it. It's all, somebody give it some thought.
I'll say. And it's truly a 4-passenger car. You don't sit on that hump in back.
No, you really don't.
But otherwise, it's pretty much a normal interior, isn't it?
Yes, I think so. You got 4 bucket seats, and they're really nice, you know.
It's wild color, too. I mean, it's a bold, real kind of Chrysler-type interior. Your gauging is pretty normal?
Pretty much so, except the high RPM tachometer and the temperature gauge. It idles at 20,000 RPMs.
Man, what's a red line on a car like
About 45,000.
Now that's turning over. That's really
that's going.
Now, didn't Jay Leno have some participation in this?
Yeah, Jay helped arrange for me to purchase the engine from Chrysler.
Well, it's good to have friends in high places.
Yeah, that's right.
The exhaust coming out of the back of this is cooler than a piston engine.
Really?
It's about 112, 120 degrees. That's about it. You can put your hand under there and it's fine, because these regenerators use the heat over and over until the heat is exhausted, and what goes out the back is fairly cool.
The turbine theme moves all the way through this. Even the tires, are those? I mean, looks like you got little turbine fins on the tires. Are they original?
They went all out.
Man,
they did it all.
And of course, you've still got the 63 T-Bird theme going up front, but now it's like the back of a 63 T-Bird. These are like the thruster taillights, but you even got the turbine ribs on the headlights. Well, open it up, Frank. I can't wait any longer. Man, it looks like something out of Jules Verne, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's a diving bell.
Yeah, yeah. I never thought of it that way, but that's what it looks like.
It's the wildest looking. There's no pistons or anything, right?
No pistons jumping up and down. No poppet valves and things of that sort. It's an air machine. It runs on hot air.
Wow. And is it pretty smooth?
Very, very smooth. It's absolutely no vibration.
Unbelievable. So if it's idling at 20,000, it redlines at 45,000, what kind of horsepower does this baby put out?
We're only talking about 130 horsepower.
Is that all?
But 425 foot-pounds of torque.
Oh man, not a lot of horses, but an awful lot of torque.
Which really shows up after you're moving.
So it's not an off-the-line car, but
no, it isn't.
Once you get it going.
Once you get it going, there's no end.
1 of 3 running.
That's right.
Well, let's run it.
We'll do it.
Okay, close her up.
Just go on?
Yeah, we just, yeah.
Yeah, here they come.
Boy, I mean, this is like the, these are airline controls, airplane controls here.
That alley's not so good over here.
feel like you should be throttling up here.
Yeah.
You can feel the torque, can't you? So how many miles does this have, Frank?
Miles? 63,000, I think.
Wow, that's more than I would have expected.
Yeah. Well, it was used for almost 2 years.
Is that how long they did the testing? In 63 and 4?
Yes. I think there was some done even later than that.
Is that right? And what was the main reason, that they bailed out of it? Was it just...
They could see with the EPA and everything there's some future problems.
Is it an expensive engine to manufacture?
Oh yeah, but they thought they could get this engine they claim cost $50,000 to build.
Whew.
Each one of them.
Ouch.
You see, if they would have sold them, if they sold them for $50,000, they would have lost money because they had to pay taxes then on that previous used $50,000. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because it was tax-free dollars.
Boy, it really has that jet fuel exhaust smell to it too, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, don't ask me because I can't,
smell.
No. Like the guy said, I can't smell shit.
I'm sure not used to looking at a tack and seeing 20,000. Especially when I'm sitting here at a stop sign idling.
I don't know where all these people are going.
I think it's clear after this. Sounds like your blinker's still blinking.
Well, it didn't cancel.
Can you move your right arm so I can see the RPMs?
There we go. It's awfully quiet, isn't it?
If you had the windows up, you really see how quiet it is. We'll do that here. See, they didn't, with the production model, they'd already designed a way to put an air conditioner on it.
Yeah, how would that work? I mean, because there's no pulley to run off of or anything.
Well, they was going to make everything that's now gear driven and hidden. It was going to open it up, make a belt drive for the starter, generator, and all that to bring down the cost. Well, this just goes a short way and turns back out, see? It's just so you can look around here wherever you think we ought to stop.
Well, we'll just drive around, see where it goes.
Yeah, we can turn around and come back.
Yeah. Interesting padded dash too, kind of two-tone there, but it's a softer material than a normal dash. Well, you sure don't want to break anything on this because where do you get parts?
Yeah, where do you get? Well, that's true with a lot of, but this is really would be tough, you know.
A lot of the interior stuff
This is basically the end of it. We'll turn in here and turn around, and we can go wherever you want to go back to.
You know what I'd almost like, well, where's the, oh, we lost Mike. What I'd like to do is let's drive back to where we came in, Frank. I want to talk a little bit more about the car on camera here, and we got to find Mike anyway. Boy, it sounds like a jet.
Yeah.
I guess that's because it is. Hey, it runs awful nice.
I guess we should have held up a little bit, huh?
So how did you get to know Jay, and how did you get involved with this?
Well, I knew Jay before I got involved in
this
just through old cars. You
Uh-huh.
know. Is that them right? No,
That's
not.
okay.
Here
Yeah,
we are.
just keep going. That's not them either.
Oh.
I'll just keep talking the car. So you knew Jay Leno before, just from old cars.
Just, you know, I go out there and stop, and I know Bob Sales, who takes care of it. I've known Bob for years and years, and you met him. The kind of runs the thing for
Right.
him. And Bob used to work auctions for a company out there in California, and every time he came through Terre Haute, he'd stop by. In fact, they closed out a plant here, and he'd come by every evening. I was always working on cars, you know, and he was a Chrysler buff, and so am I. Wonder what happened.
I don't know, but let's go up here and see if we can pick him up. Where does that road go then there?
It doesn't go anywhere.
Ah.
Nice.
Oh boy. Well, they probably went on down this way. Let's see if we can.
You think we ought to just wait right here?
Oh, we could. Hope they come back.
Should have been watching for them.
I just assumed they were behind us.
Huh?
I just assumed they were behind
They're
us.
behind us now.
Oh. So you've always been a Mopar guy, kind of.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Although I have 26 different makes of cars. But,
So you're not just Mopar, obviously.
No, I'm not just Mopar, but of the earlier Mopars in the pre-war, I know them very well.
Was that one of the reasons you wanted this, because it was a Chrysler product?
Oh,
or?
sure.
Yeah.
I only, previous to seeing this car, I'd only seen one from a distance. Right here in Terre Haute.
Here in Terre Haute?
Yeah, it was, you know, when the dealers, see, they travel to all the dealers, and they must have drove down the street taking somebody for a ride, and they come out south on 41, and I just happened to be there.
So, you know, back in 63 or 4?
Yeah,
something like that?
yeah, and I didn't really, I never put it all together at the time. I guess I wasn't up on things. I was, but then in later years, you know, I realized that that's what I had seen.
Did anybody else ever do anything like this? Or was this kind of a first and for everybody when Chrysler did a turbine car?
Well, they've all experimented, you know. Ford had trucks, and Chrysler actually was in the turbines about the time of the war.
Huh.
And see, they drove a turbine car across the country at Plymouth, and I think it was 57.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and they had a Dodge. I forget what year the Dodge was. And then they had them in trucks. General Motors, you know, put them in trucks.
Well, you can feel the torque in this thing.
Oh yeah.
Definitely has.
See, you got that lag though when you you got to give it a chance to rev up.
Where does the torque kick in? I mean, is it 25,000 RPMs or?
Oh, right. As soon as you get above 2,000, you can really feel it. You can. I mean 20,000. I said 2,000.
Can you turn your mirror to your left just so I can't see myself as much? Perfect. Thank you.
It just feels like we're taxiing for takeoff, Frank.
Yeah.
The engine comes up and then they ease it back. It's a really wild indicator on your shift selector there. Did you ever have to do any work on that?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I told you about. I had to redo all this, and I've kind of jury-rigged it to make it come out this good. I had to, it broke before I had to pull the engine the second time.
Now, is it tough to pull how do you even pull the engine in this thing?
Well, you lift the car up in the air,
Drop it out the bottom.
drop it out the bottom. It's, you know, you really need a special kind of a lift to do it on, and I don't have anything. I just jack it up and put it on blocks. And,
Drop her down.
yeah.
Well, the engine's not that big. Is it heavy?
Well, it's pretty heavy, yeah.
lot
I
of
think
cast?
it's around 450.
Oh,
Yeah, see, when you drop this down, you drop the whole K-member. And you're dropping the front wheels and all.
wow.
Now, I don't have a way to lift it up high enough, so therefore, I take the wheels off and then I put it on a jack and a transmission jack under the transmission so that I can roll it out. And it's not easy.
You probably don't like doing that all that often.
No, you wouldn't. No.
Now, where does somebody learn to work on a turbine?
Well,
Is it trial and error?
with me, that's what it was. But I tell you, I bothered a lot of people. I really picked their brain. And I've had people come by that was in the air guard and worked on it. There's one fella here in town that's pretty knowledgeable, and well, there's more than one.
Knowledgeable on a car like this? On an engine like this?
On a turbine engine, yeah.
Oh.
You see, another thing we have here in town, a place called Turbine Incorporated that does a lot of work on turbine engines for small aircraft, boats and things.
So you do have some local expertise.
Yeah, but they don't want to get involved, you know, although they help me try to answer my questions and get me going down the right path. But, you know, I can understand they got things to do.
You're just playing, right?
Yeah.
They have to make a living.
Yeah. Just like this morning, I stopped by a place that makes a heating apparatus, and I knew that they had made a pyrometer years ago, and I wanted to see if they had one of the old ones, because it is analog rather than digital like all the new ones, that I could plug in there, in the glove box there's a receptacle to check out the temperatures.
So I mean, that's where you just plug in, jack in, and read it? Wow.
And I'll be doggone if they didn't have almost what I needed, and they give me some pieces and everything. That was early this morning. So I'm going to be, I've got those parts in my pickup, and I'm going to be able to adapt that, and I'll just leave it in the glove box.
So you can
There's a
check the temp anytime you want, huh?
Yeah, different points. See, there's 2 points you need to check on, and this could have had another temperature gauge. The probe is in the engine, but I think they thought they might scare the people
if they saw these high temperatures.
Well, we got high temperature, but if you saw 2 temperature gauges,
which one do I believe?
Yeah, so I think that's why they eliminated it and put the little receptacles in the glove box for the fellow that was servicing the thing.
So we're idling at 20,000. What kind of temperature are we running?
We're running about 1,400, almost 1,400 right now.
Fahrenheit? 1,400 degrees Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
So it's not water cooled, huh?
No, it isn't. No.
So, what starts this? I mean, you don't have a starter that cranks in, or does it have a regular starter?
Yeah, it has an aircraft starter that becomes a generator. It's a starter generator, and that kind of worries me. What will I do? Although I did find a housing of one that looks just like this in a place that sells parts, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But,
well, they must have used that on something else. Did they use it on some other plane? Or?
Yeah. Helicopters and things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's entirely different because they're not concerned with the temperatures. See, this is almost identical engine that Allison built for the use to develop the power for the cruise missile.
Really?
Yeah. It's the same basic design with the engine coolers, which is called regenerators. See, they can't dump all that heat like you can in a helicopter or a boat or something. They've got to have a way to cool that tremendous heat. And they preheat the air going back through the engine. See, the exhaust is partially reused.
As a heater?
As to preheat the air that's coming into the engine. We're going right here. You want to make a circle through the place first, or?
Probably. Mike, this is the park. Do you want us to circle through it once to look at it?
Let's get into it and get the camera out and just start shooting.
Roger. We'll just pull over up here then, Frank.
There's a right here. You want to get away?
We'll
from
just park here because we just need to unload stuff or whatever's comfortable for you. We're going to bring the camera out and put it in the other vehicle to do some shots that way.
Okay.
All right. What a flight. Well, that's something else, Frank.
Great.
I got to tell you, it's the first. I've never ridden in one of these before.
Yeah.
Smooth as silk, isn't it?
It sure is, and I love it.
Oh, and I can see why.
Yeah.
You just feel like you're flying.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable feel.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to do this again sometime.
We'll do it.
Ooh, what a toy shop.
Yep.
Well, you do have everything, don't you?
Not quite.
But I believe you're working on it.
Yeah.
This looks like a great race car, right?
Yeah, that's a 1905 Stevens Duryea, and that's the car we won the oldest car to finish in '87.
Now, you've got parts from almost everything.
Oh, yes.
But this here is the Banker's Hot Rod, isn't it?
That's a 300G,
61.
1961.
That's a fast car.
Fast, very fast.
Dual quad 413?
413, it's a 405 horse.
Man. So when you step that down, it rolls.
It goes.
And you got, this is an old Belvedere, isn't it?
54.
54, convertible. I don't know if I've ever seen one. And a 32, 33 maybe? 33?
Chrysler Royal, yeah, coupe. That's my tow car.
Really? An Izetta, now that's
Yeah,
something you don't see
everybody
every-
needs one of those because you can pick it up and put it in your pickup.
It's about the size of this turbine engine, isn't it?
Yeah.
And now, what's the story on this one?
That's a Charger, a very low mileage. I think it's 14,000 mile. And the fellow that owned it claimed it had never been out after dark because he didn't want bugs on it, and it never had a drop of rain on it.
Pretty clean. Big convertible?
Yeah, that's a 70 Chrysler New Yorker convertible, the last convertible built, they claim. And the fellow that took delivery on it, put the top down, it's never been up.
Now, hanging out over here, you got a caddy stash back there.
Yeah, we got a Cadillac, yeah, and it's a dandy. It's
I'll
a
say.
41 Club Coupe and never been restored. It's been repainted and fixed up, but not restored.
Unbelievable. And a DeLorean, that's an
Yeah,
interesting thing to
yeah.
have here. Now, and over here, this H, well, it's not
It's a
really an
Hearst.
H, is it? It's a Hearst. It's a 300 Hearst car.
Right.
What year is that?
That's a 70.
They all
and
looked exactly
they're
alike.
all the same. It has the fiberglass hood with the scoop and a spoiler in the back. It's a little different. They were
It
all painted the same.
And they didn't make many of them, did they?
425.
Wow. Well, and of course, bullet nose Studi, an essential in almost every collection.
Oh yeah, I like it. People
Oh,
laugh at me,
no.
you know, but hell, I enjoy it.
Studis are great.
You can't tell if you're coming or going.
And here, 54?
55.
55.
Newport, Nassau. Just a nice car. I guess the reason I have this is because my father had one like it.
Got it? Well, you got to have one.
Yeah.
then. Well, now we got to move to a whole different era in here,
Yeah.
right? Oh man, Frank, this is an array of cars.
Several different brands here, that's for sure.
This is probably the newest car you got in here.
Well, might be, yeah. It's a 56 Jag 140. Dandy, low mileage car.
How about, that's an electric car.
That's electric, a 17 Milburn.
And levers guided.
Levers, yeah.
Another great race. You must be into that.
Oh, we were in it 10 times.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Now, what is this one?
This is the Hupmobile Boattail Speedster, and in it has the engine that ran in the 32 Indianapolis 500 and placed fifth.
Wow. Not an airflow over there. Chrysler?
Yeah, that's a DeSoto. That's a DeSoto Airflow Coupe. That's what the Volkswagen was designed after.
No kidding?
Yeah, they bought 5 of those and took back.
Now, this one's pretty old.
Yeah, this is a 1909 Franklin, 6-cylinder.
Mother-in-law seat.
Mother-in-law seat.
So that's an air-cooled engine too, right?
That's right, air-cooled. And it's a big engine, 7 main bearing engine.
Wow. Winton?
Winton.
A Winton.
1915 Winton.
Man. And
544 cubic inch.
that's big.
That's big.
Now, how about another great race car?
Yeah, that's That's our favorite, the Haynes. That's a 1912 Haynes, and we run that 3 times. Did real well. We won the old car class with that in '88.
Now over here, another.
This is a Brewster made in Long Island, and they just built town cars mostly. Patent leather fenders and a sleeve valve night engine.
Man. Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a 33 Chrysler dual windshield.
Oh yeah.
Phaeton.
Look at the slope on that.
9 main bearings, straight 8, 385 cubic inch.
It's just.
This is a running machine.
And over there, another Chrysler?
Another 30, that's a 31 Chrysler convertible coupe, LeBaron convertible coupe. Real nice car.
And sitting over here, boy, this
is a 33 Pierce Arrow V12.
Oh, wow.
Ab Jenkins drove one of these V12s at an average of 118 mile an hour for 24 hours at Bonneville back in '33. Quite a car. This has stainless steel artillery wheels. Very rare wheels.
Wow. And this is a doozy. I
mean,
it is a doozy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a Duesenberg. Wow. Yeah, it's quite different.
Now, what body is this?
That's a Judkins Victoria Coupe. They made 2 of these, and they both exist.
Beautiful. Again, the color schemes in that era were just so different. Another monster Chrysler over there?
Yeah, that's a 33 short coupled sedan. One of a kind.
Now, speaking of one of a kind, that's a Curtis, isn't it?
That's a Curtis, 1954. Curtis built about 35 of these sports cars, patterned after the race cars that ran in the 50s. That's a Billy Vukovic's car, had the same grille arrangement and everything.
These things are rockets.
Yeah, this one has a small block Chrysler Hemi.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, that's called the D500.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
this thing's a little scary.
But she runs, right?
Yeah, oh God, yes.
Ooh, the famed Plexiglass Pontiac.
That's the ghost car, the 1940 World's Fair car.
Wow.
First thing made from plexiglass.
Oh, really?
Really. It has 85 miles on it, and it's traveled the country. Was in the Smithsonian 22 years.
That's amazing. Now, another beautiful Chrysler, another 31, isn't it?
31 LeBaron Roadster.
Match set with the coupe next door?
Yeah.
How about the yellow and red one?
That's 32 Plymouth College Special. You could have it painted your college colors for $20. Boy.
We've got so
Things
many.
have changed.
Yeah, I'll say. So many fabulous cars, Frank, but my favorite in your entire collection is this 37 Chrysler Airflow Limo. This is the Major Bowes limo, right?
Yeah, that's the 7,000-pound monster.
Tell me about it.
Well, it was built for Major Bowles in a talent search to travel the country. Major Bowles had an amateur hour back in those days, and it was the biggest show ever in radio.
Oh, really?
And he discovered people like Frank Sinatra and the Andrews Sisters and so on. And he toured the country in this car in a talent search. After the tour was over, it was given to the Navy, and Admiral Nimitz used it during the war in Hawaii and Guam. It had 9 bullet holes in the right rear door when I got it.
So it's been around, right?
It's been around.
Well, it's one of the best examples of Art Deco interior I've ever seen. I mean, the Airflow is Art Deco to begin with, but this interior is stunning.
It's just something else, and it was hard to put together.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, you've got the gold and the silver and the copper and comedy and tragedy and jade, right?
Right.
Frank, you got a fabulous collection. I always love coming up here. But
oh, thank you.
You did say something about me driving that Curtis, right?
Great.
All
yeah,
right,
let's do it.
Okay, but pretty scary though, right?
Yep.
Okay, my kind of car. Perfect.